Hey guys, welcome back in another tutorial of the series the Jetpack Compose. In the last lecture we have learned what is row and column. You can see the link to it on the top right corner. In this section we are going to learn what is modifier and surface. So modifiers are used to decorate a composable. For example, we have a text composable and we want to decorate it, so we can modify its properties, like we can give it some background, we can make it clickable, we can give it a border, we can change its shape, size, color, many things. Whereas surface is a material surface from which you can change the properties of its child. For example, if we wrap the text in surface, we can change its background, we can give it border, we can change its shape, etc. So without wasting any time, let's see those things in action. I have created a class named Jetpack Modifier and Surface. I am going to create some functions here, like first I am going to create my surface. Show background as true. Composable fun my surface preview. I am going to copy these functions and do it same for modifier. This is my modifier preview. I'm going to call these functions inside preview. Okay, so now first we are going to create a surface. I am going to create a surface and inside I am going to add a text. I am going to give it some string like I am a surface. Okay, so in this section you are going to see the live preview of these composables. First we are going to add some color. I am going to add color dot yellow. We are going to add border. I am going to add border stroke of width of 2 dp and color dot blue. We can also give it some shape. I am going to give it a shape of rounded corner shape of. Okay, so let's refresh it and see what have we done so far. Okay, so our preview is ready. Let's add a modifier to modify its properties. Okay, so far we have created a surface, and inside there is a text composable, and we have given it a string I am a surface to differentiate between modifier and the surface. First we have given it the color, which is the background color of this surface. Then we have added a border stroke with a blue line of 2 width, and lastly we have given it a rounded corner shape of 8 dp. Okay, so surface has these properties by default, like you can give the modifier to it, you can give the shape, color, the content color, the border, and elevation. Okay, so now we are going to create the same thing with modifier. Okay, so here we don't need any wrapper around text, so simply we are going to add a name. For example, I am a modifier. Here we need to add a modifier here to decorate it. For example, we are going to add a background with color equals color dot yellow, and we are going to give it a shape of rounded corner shape with 8 dp to make it little curve. Secondly, we are going to add some border here with width of 2 dp, and color will be the blue. We are also going to give it some shape to make the border round. We are going to do the same as we did in surface, 8.dp, and lastly we are going to give it some padding to give a little space inside text. We are going to add 8 dp. If I am going to refresh this, you can see these both composables are same, but one was created with the help of surface and second was created with the help of modifier. If you have a simple text, or if you want to modify or decorate your composable with some little things, like you want to give it a background or border, so you should use the surface. Whereas if you want some more modification to your composable, then you should always use modifier, because modifier has vast variety of properties which you can apply on your composable. For example, we can first we are going to wrap it around column. We are going to add a modifier with fill max size. We are going to add some arrangement and the horizontal alignment. If you want to learn what is horizontal arrangement horizontal alignment and vertical arrangement. And what is column? You can see my previous video. I have created a complete video on the column and the row. There is a link up on the top right for that video. Okay, so now I am going to build it. If I add a dot and see, there are multiple properties which I can apply on my composable. Like I can give it some height, I can give it width, I can give it size, I can change the opacity by alpha, I can animate it, I can make it clickable, and many more things. You should explore these things to make a good UI. Okay, so as you can see, I have a text in the middle of the screen because I have added the vertical arrangement and the horizontal alignment. Now I want to give it some size of like 80 dp, and if I rebuild the preview, you can see now it is a little bit ugly, but we are not going to justify it. It looks good in ugly way. Okay, jokes apart. Now the power of modifier is that you could add the multiple layers of these things. For example, if I copy all these things and paste it again, now this time I am going to change the border, the green and the red, and if I rebuild the preview, you will see that these properties have applied multiple times. So basically these are layers which will be applied every time you are going to add inside the modifier. So with the help of modifier you could create a beautiful UI, and you can create any shape with the help of modifier. There is another property which is dot clickable, and by applying this view will be clickable, so you can now click it and perform some action on it. Let's run it in an emulator to see this thing in action and see how these things look on an emulator. There won't be much difference because it will display the same as it is displaying on the preview. So our app is running now. As you can see now, if I click on it, you could see the effect of the click button. So with the help of modifier you can convert any composable into a button. So for example, if you create a card and want to perform some action, when you click on that card, you could simply add a clickable with the help of modifier and you can perform any action inside clickable. So that was all for today. Thank you so much guys. You can subscribe my channel for supporting me. If you have liked this, please give it a like and do practice a lot for a better future. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next. Take care.